And I'm big on like physical touch.
Does she do that because her charger is on the other side of the bed?
Nah, she do it because she be on her phone and she ain't a physical touch person. So
Yeah.
I think she just
but she's on her phone while it's charging. Is that why she has her back to you?
But if I'm trying to spend time with you,
no, I'm not disagreeing because I'm the exact same way.
He can't hear anything because it pisses him off.
Your phone.
Yeah.
But no, it's
you exactly said, is it because she's on the charger? You're like, nah, it's because she's on the phone.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 61. Huh? AJ back in the building. Phil, we held it down last week. That TikTok clip actually kind of did numbers.
What? With the
basketball one.
Yeah,
it actually did numbers. Not so much like views and stuff, but we got a little bit of interaction on Instagram and then especially on TikTok, like I said. But as y'all see if you're watching, we have not a familiar face, but maybe a recognizable face. If you've seen, obviously, AJ on the pod, and then we've had Julian on the pod, but we have the youngest sister, the youngest Graves, a.k.a. Lil Girl.
What's up,
Lily Graves. What's up? How you doing?
Good.
So, Lily, as I just said, she's the youngest one. Before I even ask any questions, I feel like you're going to be like, oh, I'm a terrible guest. I don't have really much to say, but do you want to introduce yourself, let the people know about you, or should we have AJ, Phil, and I kind of?
No, you guys got that.
Well, first we're going to have you do it. Tell us a little bit
something
about yourself,
Okay.
because we're going to put you
Lily,
on the spot.
I'm 19. I'm at UCF right now, my second year in college. Used to play soccer, and now I'm just a regular student.
Yes. So.
Hey, shout out to being regular students. I was at my whole college career.
So it's actually crazy because I've known AJ for almost 10 years now, which means I don't think I met you within the first year of knowing AJ, but we probably known you since what? You've been like 12 or something like that?
Yeah, I grew up around you guys.
Insane. Like we've literally seen this girl grow up. But AJ, since you the closest one to her, are there any things you want to let the people know about Lily? How it was growing up with Lily or anything like that?
Oh, I mean, she was a hilarious kid. And I'm glad I was at an age where I could, like, remember everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. There's too many stories to get into all of them right now, but she's pretty funny.
And then, Phil, do you have... And also, you just said you were a soccer player. We've gone to a couple of your soccer games. Phil, you've seen her play. I've seen you play. Mm-hmm. As a JIT, you were a beast. Not to say you aren't a beast now, and I know you don't play anymore, but as a JIT, and I feel like this might have been the same with AJ and Julian, where they were probably kind of, and I know AJ, you were a late bloomer, but I feel like y'all were probably like the bigger kids on the court and kind of just bully kids around, and that's how it was with Lily on the soccer field. Am I right or wrong with that?
Are you asking me or her?
I'm asking everyone here, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. She was always the biggest in her class, too.
That's not true.
You were pretty tall for your age group.
Yeah, at 12 years old, you were like
you was almost my height.
Full grown, yeah.
But yeah, she'd always bully people. She played defense, too, so she could just knock people out.
Yeah, and then she represented the Puerto Rican national team, which is super live. What was that experience like, representing a whole nation?
Crazy. Like, I never felt like more connected to like that side of my family than in that moment. Like with the national anthem, first I had to learn the national anthem. I did not
can
know
you
it.
sing it for us?
Ooh, no. Because I don't want to be that one person when the camera pans to you and like you're just mouthing random words.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that.
Yeah. But Luke, he had several questions. Luke obviously isn't on the pod for those that aren't watching, but
cause he a mark.
A question that I just asked AJ was, did he have any funny stories of you growing up? But Luke wanted to know what it was like growing up with AJ and Julian as your older brothers.
It was interesting. I used to tell on them all the time, to the point where they had to hide the telephones from me. Like within 5 minutes of like mom or dad leaving the house, they would do something to piss me off and I'd run, I'm calling mom. They'd have to hide.
So what types of things would piss you off as a kid?
Everything.
Not everything. Julian was like smart with it. Like I was too like short to reach the fruit punch in the fridge. Like I have this one story that's so vivid where I'm like, Julian, like, can you please get me the fruit punch?
Yeah.
And he handed me an apple and then punched me in the stomach. He's like, here you go, fruit punch. Like what? Like I was a little kid, I couldn't reach it. And then AJ, like if you do anything to mess with him, he'll have to do it like 10 times harder. So if you tickle him, like you're getting tickled until you cry.
Yeah.
But then I also kind of liked it. Like I'd ask him to tickle me sometimes. Like I had this game where like if we're watching TV, insane. I'm like, ask me questions during the commercial, and if I get them wrong, tickle me. It was like a weird dynamic.
Yeah, little sisters are just weird, yo. Like AJ, you lucky to where you had a little brother, and then Phil, all you got is brothers.
Thank God.
I mean, Zaid, my sister, who's been on the pod before, she is extremely entertaining. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, I wish I could have had brothers. But she would just like do weird shit like that. And I was just telling Tatiana the other day, like, if there was a song on the radio or TV playing and it was a song that Zaid liked, you were not allowed to sing the song. Like she would start crying, she would start yelling at you, being like, "Stop! This is my song! Like, don't sing it." It was so stupid. And then also you weren't allowed to like say any bad words around her. And of course I was a kid and I never really cursed like that in the house. But even like words like "shut up" or "stupid," she would just say sorry to herself, because if she didn't, she thought she would get bad dreams. So like if somebody said like "shut up," she would just be like sorry, like on that person's behalf.
I don't know if that's normal.
I'm telling you,
because Lily is kind of weird in that way.
I'm telling you, my sister wasn't normal. But does she have any weird quirks like that?
Like I said, there's too many to even get. Like I get into some of them, but she used to. So there's a bathroom at the top of the stairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a bathroom at the top of the stairs, and she would go. I think because that toilet was a little bit shorter, but she would go use the bathroom up there. And if you happen to be walking and not close the door,
I was afraid of monsters.
And she would be afraid to close the door and use the bathroom with the door closed. So if you happen to be walking up the stairs, you scream just Nick, no, don't look at me, go back downstairs, like what you were saying, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, little sisters are weird. But something else that Luke wanted to know. Again, you don't play anymore, but he wanted to know what it's like to be the most dominant athlete in the entire family.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I'm the most dominant.
No, you are. You played for a national team.
Yeah, you played for a national team. You got a college scholarship, which AJ, he played for FAU, but you didn't have like a scholarship though, right?
No, I was the last year.
You did get one your last year, but you got one off rip. Not to shit on you, AJ, but Lily, you had one off rip. You had teams after you. What's that
you
like?
had options.
Are you allowed to say what or do you want to talk about what other scholarships you got?
I ended my recruiting process pretty early. Like I wanted it done by 10th grade.
Okay.
So I didn't.
Damn, wait a minute, big flex. By 10th grade.
Yeah, for real.
Just throw that
it's
in
just
like,
a long. It's a
saying?
long process. I didn't want to draw it out, but my other offers that I was heavily considering was George Washington, but that coach went to UM, so it would have been UM.
Got you.
Yeah, and I was talking to USF a little bit, FGCU, but UCF was the ones I wanted to stick with.
Got you. So, of course, everything happens for a reason, but do you at all miss playing soccer, or are you, like, kind of closed with that chapter in your life?
No, I definitely miss it. Like, when you spend, like, essentially your whole life training for this one thing and doing this one thing, like, you lose a part of yourself. Like, I was, like, struggling a little bit, like, oh, I'm not a soccer player anymore. Like, what am I doing now? And I definitely miss it, but I know, like, I made the right decision for me at that time.
Do you still kind of find yourself struggling with that, or do you feel like you've completely had closure and you've moved on? I know you said you miss it, but is there still kind of that little bit of struggle?
Yeah, for sure. Like, because I'm still around it a lot, like, in the training room, and my roommates are still on the team.
Oh, okay.
So I'm around it, and, like, I do miss it and struggle with it, but then I hear some other stuff, like, their fitness at practice or whatever they got going on. I'm like, oh, I don't miss that.
Got you.
Do you look at the current person at your position and be like, I'm better than you?
No. It's a competitive team, and they're all great.
Very political. I like that.
So the last question Luke asked, and this is when he thought you were still playing, but big news last year in college, in the NCAA, well, just college athletics period, was the NIL deals, the name, image, and likeness. Are there any girls currently on the team, if you're allowed to speak on this? If not, it's fine. But are there any other girls on the team that have gotten any type of NIL deals, or is that something that you wish you could have gotten while you were on the team?
Yeah, I don't think all of them have taken advantage of that yet. I know a couple who've done like sports drinks. I have a friend who's not at UCF, but she has a deal with Pliables, and she gets acai bowls now all the time.
Oh, nice.
And then I have another friend who is diabetic, and she's working with this company that works with athletes who have diabetes.
Cool.
Yeah, that's definitely something I would have been interested in.
Yeah.
In pursuing.
And are there any NIL deals, whether it's girls on your team or just other ones that you've heard, period, that it's like, damn, that's the one that is super lit, and I wish I could have that one?
No, I haven't seen one yet that I'm like, I really want that one. They all been whatever pertains to them.
Cool. Any other questions for Lily that you got, Phil? AJ, you know her like the back of your hand, so I'm sure you don't have any questions for her.
She just keeps growing so fast. It's like, I remember you was like little girl.
Yeah.
And then you were like high school girl. Now you like almost adult girl.
Almost 20.
Almost 20. God, I mean, you're so grown, but 20 still, like, to me now, sounds so young.
20 is young.
Yeah. Because AJ, so you what, 27, 28?
28.
20. You had to think about
that. I always forget.
Yeah. Like, being 31, like, I still feel young, but when I actually, like, verbally say my age, I'm like, damn, I'm old as shit, bro. Especially since I work at a university and around all these young college
students. You're still young, though, because I don't consider you old until you, like, 45.
Yeah. Facts. All right. Moving on. So, a random topic or suggested topic that we've had, one of our number one listeners, Lindsay, shout out Lindsay, she wanted to know, what is something that gives us the ick as far as people go? It doesn't have to be the opposite sex. She did say it could be relationships, but she just wanted to know in general. Like, things that maybe gross you out, turn you off, annoy the shit out of you. I know we have the get it off your chest segment, but is there anything? And I actually wrote a couple down. You know, I'm over it.
Have you got like dirty fingernails all the time?
Oh yeah, that's bad. That is definitely bad.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I work outside now, so my fingernails get filthy now because I'm at a GTL. So I'm outside messing with cars.
A GTL?
No, a total loss facility. So I'm outside messing with cars, dirty cars all day. So my nails get filthy. So I'm always like looking at my nails because
it depends on what your job is too. But like I know like contractors and stuff will have like rougher hands, but you can still keep them clean.
Yeah.
Nah, my nails
for sure.
I don't like when people turn their back to me.
Why is that?
Physically?
Yeah, Danny, because Danny does it often and it annoys me.
In what context?
With like cuddling.
And
I'll be talking to her and I'm like, yo, come lay with me. And it's her back to me. And I'm like, I don't want to lay with you like this. Like, that's so impersonal.
Yeah, and Tatiana.
And I'm big on like physical touch.
Does she do that because her charger is on the other side of the bed?
Nah, she does. She be on her phone and she ain't a physical touch person. So I think she just
but she's on her phone while it's charging. Is that why she has her back to you?
But if I'm trying to spend time with you,
no, I'm not disagreeing because I'm the exact same way.
He can't hear anything because it pisses him off.
Your phone.
Yeah.
But no, it's
you
because
exactly said, is it because she's on the charger? You're like, nah, it's because she's on the phone.
Well, no, it won't be on the charger. She'll just be on her phone.
Yeah.
Like to the side. And I'm like, yo, turn your phone off.
Yeah.
So that's probably like my, that's like one thing. And then I don't like trifling people. I inspected a car that didn't have roaches in there, bro. Like live roaches.
Yeah, you gotta like, I guess that goes into the hands thing, dirty hands. But like if you just don't take care of yourself, then
hygiene in general.
And so
I'm like, how do
I
people
had
live like
3
this?
personality things in one, like physical thing, and oral hygiene is big to me.
Yeah, if you got stink breath, oof.
I went to school to be a dentist, but I couldn't pass chemistry to save my life, so I quickly changed that. But like bad breath, I know sometimes that is uncontrollable. You may have like an ulcer or whatever it may be, acid reflux. But like if your teeth visibly look gross, Like you don't brush daily, you don't floss every so often, you don't use Listerine and all that. Like that's a big turn off to me. Because the first thing I look at when I meet somebody outside of shoes is their teeth.
I look at their face. I just need to see what your face look like. Now look at their body.
Yeah, you gotta have nice teeth, and not even like perfect teeth, but you just can't have like jacked up teeth. But that's not here nor there. What about you, Lily? You got any?
I don't like people that fish for compliments.
Ooh, yeah,
like,
that's a good
oh,
one.
I'm so ugly, or I feel like this, and they're constantly needing that reassurance. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not your confidence source. Like, you gotta have that.
Yeah.
Lily be like, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, you are kind of ugly.
I'm ugly. Facts.
It's like,
But they can't really fix that, huh?
put on a hat. Oh,
Do you actually? Never mind. I'm not
That's
gonna
no
say.
cap.
Some of the other ones that I have are just lacking common sense.
But common sense not so common no more though. So
And
it's like
that's an
you'd be
issue.
pissed off a lot.
And look at who you're talking to.
Yeah.
The one who has
She
something
walks
to
around
get it off
angry.
your
'Cause
chest.
I'm like, bro, really? Like
24/7.
the new generation, I think they all lack awareness.
Dang, Lily. He just
Like-
went
Am I
straight for
included?
you.
No, I think you're pretty smart.
You already said no.
No, I
But
think
you
a
was
little hesitation.
if you like the awareness, I'd tell you, I'd be like, yo, you kind of airhead.
Yeah. Hypocrites is another big one for me. I don't like when
Oh,
people
liars.
liars.
That's why I don't like liars.
That's another big
That's
one.
like
I don't like
I'm
liars.
big on like, yo, you ain't got to lie, folks. Like you just tell me the truth.
Imagine if someone was lying with their back turned to Phil.
Yeah,
Ooh,
for
he
real.
would
Phil
drop
would
kick
hit
him.
him in the
Wonderful.
fucking back of the head. Yeah.
Oh, facts. I'm kicking them right in the back.
Any other ones? She really wanted to hear Tatiana's point, but Tatiana didn't want to be on the pod today. So I apologize, Lindsay. I know you specifically asked for her, but that's out of my control.
What could you guess?
For
Tatiana's
her? Oh, well, she did say it earlier when I told her the topic. She says people that brag about their money. Because
Yeah.
she was at happy hour with her work people, and there was a dude from another branch in Fort Lauderdale, and he was trying to flirt with Tatiana, legit asked for her number, even though he knew she was engaged.
Hey,
But
shoot or shoot.
But she
What?
said that the nigga was like just bragging about his money the whole time.
Hey.
So she was like, that shit was just so lame to me.
Probably thought she was from Miami.
Yeah, exactly.
Soccer reference,
what-
just because it's a goalie don't mean you can't score.
True.
Just saying.
But
I
my-
also hate people that hate's a strong word. I don't like when people are like rude to service people, like waiters or waitresses,
True.
custodians. Like,
so you hate Luke then?
who's
Nah,
like
not
that?
not old Luke.
No,
old
old Luke
old
used to be like
reform
that.
Luke.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not. He's not an a-hole anymore.
Old Luke used to kind of be a dickhead.
Didn't he leave like a penny?
No way.
Like 10 cents.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Something
I'm
like,
like,
that.
bro, you a savage. Like I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I give him benefit of the doubt.
But Luke gonna be mad that we talking shit about him, so we will say.
No, we
Make
said
it-
old
I
Luke.
know,
We already
but
saved that
we
for him.
I just want to make sure that it's clear to Luke that
This is not for any listeners
Yes.
except for Luke.
that
Because
we-
right now
Yeah,
he's gonna come on the pod. Next
The-
time he's on the pod, he's gonna be like, "Y'all talked about this at one time, but I'm not like that anymore."
Yeah. So it's jokes, and Luke is no longer like this. So, Luke, if you're listening, we apologize.
No, we don't apologize because he used to be bad.
Yeah, facts. Anyways, moving on. So, I don't know if y'all saw, but Ryan Coogler, that's how you pronounce his last name, right? He
Yeah, Coogler.
was he actually arrested? I know he
Yeah,
got
he
in
was
trouble with
handcuffed.
he
was arrested.
He got arrested for the person that was working at the bank thought that he was trying to rob the bank.
Bro.
And
Oh dear.
for me, I know there's people that is like, oh, he had a speech impediment or has speech problems. So he wrote a note, told the person like, hey, I want to whatever, take out X amount of dollars. And the
So,
person kept.
I got you.
Okay.
He goes to the bank.
Yes.
He gives the teller his ID and his debit card.
That's right.
And on the back of a withdrawal slip, he asks to take out $12,000.
Mm-hmm.
And on the note it says, "Hey, I want to be discreet." It's pretty
Mhm.
much the gist of the note was, I want to take out $12,000. I want to be discreet. Count the money in the back and just give it to me at the end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why he wants to be discreet. It's $12,000 in this in
In
Atlanta.
cash.
He don't want to be a lick.
Yeah.
Common sense. So did any of y'all listen to the actual recording?
Yes. So
that's the teller with the police.
That's what I was gonna say.
Bruh. Oh,
I didn't even know about this until I saw it on the thing.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Just recently.
This is like earlier this week.
Oh, okay.
And so the teller, what she does is she tells her manager. She doesn't fully read the note. She doesn't verify that it's like he puts in his debit card. Well, he puts in his PIN number. She doesn't check his ID first of all.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't check his ID and she doesn't verify that it's him. And she think because he wrote the note that he's demanding money, but it's from his account.
Yeah.
Right.
She would have known that. She would have verified that information. So she calls the police and to report a robbery. And the dispatcher's like, she's like, yeah, I like the girl sounds like an airhead. And she's black.
Yeah.
I don't really know what he doing. And the dispatcher's like, well, ma'am, did you check his ID? No, I didn't check his ID. He gave us a note. And the dispatcher's like, so did you read the note? She like half-assed reads the note that just says he wants $12,000. She was like, ma'am, it sounds like he wants his money. She was like, I don't know. I think he's trying to rob us. So they send an officer out. And the whole time out, Ryan Coogler's like waiting to get his money. They're telling him, hey, we counting it in the back. The managers are getting it ready for you. Just wait. Mm-hmm. So he thinking everything's straight. And then out of nowhere, a cop comes up to him from the front like, hey, sir, step forward. And then behind him, there's another cop that pulls out a gun. And you hear the gun cock. So he hears the gun cock behind his back. He's like, whoa, like what y'all doing? I'm trying to take out money. And then they arrest him and take him out. And then in another video, you'll see the interaction between him and the cops. And he's like, the cops are like, well, did you have to write it down on a note? And he's like, bro, like it's $12,000.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so
why does that matter? It's my account.
So I was seeing people saying he wrote it because of his speech impediment or whatever it may be. I didn't know he wrote it down.
No, bro, he wrote it because he didn't want to be a lick.
Okay, so
speech impediment has nothing to do with it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is, I understand both sides. I definitely think everyone I think everyone in the situation is not Ryan, but the teller, the cops, the dispatcher, all that. I think they're all wrong.
Dispatcher's not wrong. Dispatcher did their job, and the dispatcher tried to help the teller out.
Yeah,
like the dispatcher was like, "Well, ma'am, did you check his ID?"
Yeah.
Well, did he put in his PIN number?
But didn't she also say I already have cops there or whatever she said?
That's her job.
Okay.
Him not gonna fault you for doing your job, but she's throwing hooks at the girl like hints like, did you check the ID? Well, did he put in his PIN number? What does the note say? Does he have a weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Is he threatening you? She's like, no, he's just requesting $2,000. Like, I'm not gonna fault the teller or the dispatcher because you did your job.
Yeah.
You did it pretty effectively, and you tried to absolve the situation as best as you could within your role.
Yeah,
not her fault.
But what I will say from the bank teller's point of view, she's an idiot. I'll start off with that. She is an idiot. But just like you were talking about the dispatcher doing their job, I don't know what training bank tellers go through, but to me, if I'm a bank teller, and I'm sure this is every bank teller's biggest fear is getting robbed. I'm sure that's the only fear that they really deal with. And so I'm sure this is a red flag for her. So it's like, let me report this. Like, I don't know how she reported it to her boss. I don't know how she kind of called the dispatcher, but I think she was like, let me just take the proper steps needed in case this actually is a robbery.
But she didn't take the proper steps. So I don't give her benefit of the doubt because you didn't do what basic people do. Bro, if I go to the bank and take out $100, I can't get $100 without my driver's license and my debit card. And I put in my debit card, I have to put in my PIN for you to know this is my debit card.
I get that.
If you don't check, if you don't check the ID first, bro, you're not doing your basic job. And it's $12,000 cash.
Yeah.
I would be more alarmed like, all right, and again, I'm from Southside of Chicago. Common sense. From a bank teller, person wants a large amount of money. We in Atlanta and they black.
Yeah.
And he's a dude. Yeah. I'm not coming there saying, yo, let me get $12,000 so niggas in the bank like, oh, word. Yeah. As soon as you get in the parking lot, it's up.
Yeah.
Come on, fam. And you know niggas be getting robbed in Atlanta all the time.
That's facts.
Like it's a lick city. Like you can hit licks in Atlanta.
I get it. Like if I was a bank teller, and I'm not, but somebody wrote me a note, I'm gonna be like,
No, first read the note.
Like, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But she didn't read the note. She like.
Yeah.
All the things that Phil is saying are
She
true.
automatically.
So I did say she's an idiot. So I'm
that?
not completely disagreeing with you.
Assume.
She automatically assumed.
Yeah.
Like put an assumption on him. Like, oh, I'm in danger because. What if he legit had a speech impediment?
Right, but it might have just been the note. Like, I understand what he's saying because receiving a note when you're trying to, like, when you're doing a bank transaction, like, she's seen shows before.
Mm-hmm.
But
like, that's how it, like, listen, that's how it happens, though. Like, it passes a note. She was wrong because she didn't read the note.
Yeah.
All she had to do was read the note, and she's like, oh, I have his ID. This looks exactly like him. He wouldn't be robbing me and giving me his ID and having all that verified.
She never checked it like once, even after the dispatcher said
his ID. The dispatcher's like, did you check his ID? She goes, no, ma'am. I didn't know what to do. Like, she freaked out. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, one, if I'm robbing a bank, I would assume there's a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He filled out the withdrawal slip in front of her and wrote on a note in front of her. Again, I can't excuse that. I can't excuse you being bad at your job.
She doesn't know he doesn't have a weapon.
So what?
Yeah, she could have also just been in fight or flight mode. As soon as you see someone writing a note and just pass it to you, she's just like, oh god.
Even if we don't want to call this a red flag, we can call this a yellow flag. Like that's not
writing a note is not a yellow flag though.
But that's not something that you see. That's not something you see on a daily basis.
It's not a regular thing. Especially if maybe she was new. I don't know.
But just because it's not normal, that doesn't make it a red flag. It doesn't make it.
Okay, that's why you said yellow.
I'm saying it doesn't make it illegal.
Yeah.
It's not illegal. We never said that.
Again, so you said, but a red flag though has to be like something like
red flag doesn't necessarily mean illegal.
But writing on a note shouldn't put your alarm. Like what? Writing on a note.
But
are you a bank teller? Like think about it. Like if you're a bank teller and someone passes you a note, you're not going to be skeptical.
But I was going.
Listen. Just answer that question. If you're a bank teller and someone passes you a note instead of speaking to you, are you going to be skeptical?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. But again,
so she was skeptical and she didn't do the rest of what she had to do, so she was wrong. I'm not saying she's right, but that skepticism is what you can't deny that you'd be skeptical.
I don't know because I was going through the comments and there are a lot of bank tellers in the comments that said it wasn't that uncommon.
Oh, okay.
That it's a common practice, especially for people that are deaf or with speech impediments or elders because they have a hard of hearing. So like after reading that, I'm like, and again because something is uncommon, for me. In any situation, I'm like, all right.
In any situation,
in most situations,
listen. In any situation, if someone does something that you deem not normal, you're gonna pay attention to that person more, or you're gonna be skeptical of that person.
And you, of all people, the guy that doesn't want to sit with his back to doors at restaurants and whatnot. Like I know you always have a heightened sense of awareness, so you can protect yourself, and so you could protect Danny. So if you saw something that was a little bit out of the norm. I'm not saying you're going to freak out, but you're going to have your eye on this. And again, like I said earlier, I don't know how she approached her boss. And outside of the conversation with the dispatcher, I don't really know how she interacted with him prior to. But like you said, she reported it to her boss, and maybe her boss told her, call 911 or whatever it may be.
It's just, to me, like I wouldn't have done what she did. And I might be skeptical if I received a note, but I would obviously read it and like stay calm or whatever and just like, assess situations, but you can't say that for everyone. People are different. It might have been her first or second day or whatever, and like she's a bank teller, like you said. Now her biggest fear every day going to work is like someone's gonna rob me, someone's gonna try to hold up the.
How do you think you would have reacted in that situation, Lily?
I probably would have froze, read the note, and then talked to my manager.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd call the cops.
Yeah, especially if you didn't know, just like he passed me a note. I don't know if I'm allowed to do it like this.
Yeah,
I don't know,
exactly.
But that's your biggest fear.
And leave that to the manager.
You probably shouldn't be a bank teller. Like that, unfortunately, that comes with the job. But again, it's one of those things where it's like it.
Being biggest fear,
robbed,
I was being a little facetious with that, but I'm sure that's like one thing in the back of majority bank tellers' mind. Maybe not biggest fear.
We're not saying it's their biggest fear. Like, I'm scared of being robbed at the bank. Yeah. But like when you go into work, the only if you're a bank teller, not the only thing, but I mean, there's armed guards and stuff there. So your only worry is that someone might rob the place. Mm-hmm. So if someone takes a step similar to you seeing like how people have robbed places before, then you're gonna be like, oh, it's happening. And she froze. That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
Fired. Fired. And that's Bruh, I'm suing for discrimination. I am.
But it probably wouldn't have happened to Lily because she would have known Ryan Coogler off rip.
Well, he had on the face mask and the hoodie.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, again,
Oh,
that's
so she
more
was
reasons
trying to
to
rob.
why he's writing the letters like, yo, I'm famous. Like, not. If you read,
I
if
mean,
you read
I'm
his
not gonna
license.
lie.
But she had a
If-
mask and a hoodie on. That makes it even.
Nah, I don't think he had
more
I think he had a
skeptical.
beanie on, but a
Oh,
mask.
beanie,
okay.
a mask and a
beanie.
beanie on.
And he
Yeah.
might have had sunglasses on, I think.
Maybe, but
That's
still.
Yeah.
so suspicious.
Yeah, but that
But if
makes
you-
it
but
more
if you look-
suspicious.
but if-
Phil didn't left that
But
information out.
Who robbed someone with their
It was a
government
COVID
ID?
mask, not
Right,
a-
you're
not
right.
a-
No, you're
a
right.
COVID mask.
You're right. But I
A
mean,
robber's
people,
not
people
giving
have
you
been
an-
robbing places with COVID masks.
Yeah, but a
Yeah.
robber's also not gonna give you his ID and debit card and say, "Hey, I'm trying to take money out of my account."
Yeah.
It's not like,
Oh,
"Bitch,
really?
give me the money." It's, "Hey, I'm trying to withdraw." Like,
Mhm.
look, man, here's my wallet, here's my ID, here's my.
Yeah.
If you look at the
Yeah.
license, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, Ryan Coogler." Probably rings a bell.
I'm not gonna
Maybe
lie.
not.
If I saw Ryan Coogler, I wouldn't know.
If you saw his
who-
name on the driver's license, you would know who he is.
the
Maybe
name
not.
might ring a bell.
Maybe,
but,
maybe not.
yeah.
Like,
Maybe.
and like him having a mask and a beanie on, being more incognito, that makes it okay. But I can see how she'd be even more frightened because like she can't look at the ID and say like, "Oh, this is this man here."
Yeah.
But it's also COVID, so everybody's wearing masks.
Right,
Like,
but
you
just
can't
like
excuse
just like
them,
when you go to
like-
the when you go to the airport, you pass them your ID. They like, "Oh, take your mask down." She didn't do that. Maybe they
'Cause she
trained her
didn't
to
check
do
his
that
ID.
way.
yeah.
Because you didn't check his ID.
Right, but even
all that gets avoided if you check the ID is all I'm saying. Like, no red flags or not, if your red flags antennas go up, you stick to protocol.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't just abandon ship and don't stick to protocol. Like, even when in the
But she said
in
she
the-
went to her manager too. So
So what
Which is
also
why-
makes me think that they just wanted to follow the proper procedures is because, and I could be wrong, but I thought all banks had like that
They
emergency
have
button.
silent alarms.
So if they truly thought it was a true emergency, and I'm assuming, I
And it
would
was
think
hit,
that they
yeah.
pressed that instead of calling the police. But they were probably like, oh, let's just call the police in case this is a weird situation. Like I feel like they try to handle the situation the best way possible in their minds. They handled it terribly, but I think that they try to take the proper steps to handle it in the best way possible, which it ended up being shitty. But could be wrong.
Maybe I don't.
And like I said, I think she's an idiot.
protocols
Yeah.
are always pretty
Yeah.
bad too. But like
Yeah.
think like put yourself in the manager's shoes now. Like someone comes to you and says like, "Oh, like I'm nervous about this interaction I just had."
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm gonna call like I call the police or whatever.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether she took the right protocols or not, as a manager, you're like, all right, like if you don't do anything and something happens, double shame on you, you know?
Yeah.
So it's because she honestly just because she was I don't know how new she was or whatever, whatever way to give her excuse or something, but whatever, she got scared and that's what happened, and it was bad that it happened that way. It didn't need to happen that way, but
but I'm saying that's my point. She got scared of a black dude asking for his own money. So off rip, you had a prejudice against this man. You thought he was a threat, which is the problem in this whole thing.
but it was a
You
black,
can't
it was a
even-
black girl, right?
Yeah, it was a black
But you
woman.
still okay? You
But
still
she's
think
st-
that?
like we still a threat regardless.
Mhm.
So we
Yeah.
can't even write a note without having a police call for armed robbery.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. That's wild to me.
Nah, for sure, but
And like I can't excuse her or make any excuses because had you follow, and mind you, I worked at Enterprise. We got the craziest customer, and I
Yeah.
was usually the guy that had to deal with the black irrational customers.
Yeah.
I was the dude that got sent because I don't mind confrontation. So whenever there was hostile people in the office, hey Phil, there's somebody mad. Could you go talk to him? Of
Yeah.
course, let me go holler. at him. Man, what's going on?
Yeah.
And even still, I have to like in the face of they threatening me, might beat my ass, might
Yeah.
beat my manager ass because they think he's racist. We're not gonna be able to rent your car because you don't qualify. Like
Yeah.
I still had to go through basic procedures.
Yeah.
And this is when we had, and we've called the police on people to
Yeah.
come to office like, hey, we got people threatening us. One dude said he coming back after work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't freak out. I stuck to procedures. Like,
Yeah,
yo, I
but
still gotta do my job.
At the same time, Phil, I know you more so of a brave person, if that's how you want to put it.
Your whole branch can be soft, bro. That's why. Like the manager didn't even
we know
double.
we know two people in the situation, and like you just said, just like you just agreed with when I said if an employee comes to a manager and is like, "Yo, this feels weird to me" or whatever, I'll just think about it the way like school shooters or whatever, you know. If you don't if the teacher or whoever was involved doesn't raise the alarm or escalate it a little bit or do something, then it's bad on them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that really could have been just what happened, and
Yeah, just like they always say at the airports, if you see something, report it. So.
But you didn't see nothing. Well, I just think he does have a.
Yeah.
If you see
after
something
the
at
call,
airports, if it's something suspicious, it doesn't have to be anything. Like you could just be like, you see a bag laying by itself, say something.
And I feel like you think me and AJ like both completely disagreeing with you.
We don't
disagree.
disagree.
No,
with you.
I'm
We're
not
just
saying y'all disagree. I'm just saying I don't.
But I feel like you also do not at all understand the other side of it.
No, because you didn't follow basic procedures. How'd you follow basic procedures? Maybe.
Do you know the procedures though?
And that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I go to the bank. You remember last time you
go to the bank,
bro? You go to the bank. What do they check? What's the first thing they check at a bank?
Okay, but we don't know their procedures, bro.
Oh, the procedure is they check your.
Okay, listen. Do you know the procedures? On planes.
I don't know how to fly a plane.
Right? Do you know the procedures for reporting something at an airport?
No.
All it is if you see a bag, you say something. You don't know like what the procedures is at a bank. Like if you feel weird about something, maybe it's you say something regardless.
The basic procedures at any bank is to check your driver's license and the ID first. And your card.
Right, and
if you didn't do step one, bro, none of that shit matters.
Yeah.
All that gets alleviated if you just do step one. Step one of your job. Like you don't even know if it's a threat if you don't look at the ID first. Like I don't even read the note, and even if I read the note fully, he's asking for money. Let me ask. Oh, and he's like the documents are there, everything's there. She just didn't do it.
Yeah,
that's my point. Like, no, I don't have sympathy for you because you didn't do step one, fam. Like everybody, like I said, I can't go get $20 out the bank without them checking my ID, and they be on it. Like ID and debit card. Put the debit card in. Put your credit in. Come on, fam. Like, you ain't got to say nothing.
Yeah.
I can just give them a withdrawal slip. And they'll look at it. Okay, boom. Like, dude, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
These, like, not even human decency. Like, just do your job. And then,
but
you could have got, by being stupid, you could have got that man killed.
Yeah.
Because think about how he feels if everybody in the bank is telling him, hey, we're getting your money, we're counting in the back, it's taking some time, and the next thing you hear, a fucking gun cocks his gun in your in your back, and another one's like, whoa, bro, what? And then he's the one that's supposed to be rational, and that has to say, like, oh, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to defend myself, but if he snaps out. He's the bad guy. If he goes, what the fuck is going on? Man, what the hell y'all think? But I'm trying to get some money. Like, if he does that, everybody's like, oh, well, he should have complied. Like, bro, no, man, it's not illegal to ask to get money out on a note.
It's not. And no one's saying that.
But that's how it's perceived, and that's how he's treated. Like, I'm just saying, aside of her making a mistake and being a dipshit and bad at her job, what about him? But how is that traumatizing for him?
Yeah.
You can't go in the bank to get money out your account without being perceived as an armed robber. And then once you talk to the cops, they ask you, well, why did you write it on a note? Why does it matter? Like, could you have done it a different way? And he's like, bro, it's $12,000 in cash. How else do you want me to do it? Like,
I hate that you always made me get on here sounding like Republicans act.
It's not about Republicans act.
No, but I'm saying, like, you're saying, why does it matter? I feel like that's a legitimate question.
That's, bro. It's
asking why someone wrote it on the note. Like, I think that's and as you're talking about people doing their job, and I'm not gonna ever defend the police, but as an officer, you got to do your due diligence, your investigative work.
Investigative
work. Exactly.
Yeah. Why did I write it on a note? You wanna know why, fam? Because I'm rich. I'm a director. I'm from the hood, and it's $12,000 in cash.
So that's a fair question. And then again,
watch the video. He was pressing him about it was more than one time. It's like, well, you should have did it this way. Like, no, I shouldn't have did it anyway. Like, I can do it my way.
Didn't watch.
Yeah.
Like, I can do it my way, and it's like, bro, what? Like, what do you?
Yeah,
then you get offended because it's like, excuse me, like, I'm the victim.
Yeah,
bro, I'm the. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm. You have any thoughts? I feel like you were going to say something earlier.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, had he known there was a problem, he probably could have cleared up the situation, or they just came back and asked him. Or if the manager, after the fact, would have asked for his ID and, like, gone through the steps that the first person clearly didn't do.
Yeah.
Like, the problem could have been resolved before police escalating.
Yeah, if anything, I think I might have more of an issue with the manager because, again, we don't know how long this girl's been working at the branch. We don't know how competent she may be. We don't know how old she may be. but the manager should be able to kind of de-escalate any type of situations and handle any type of tough situations like that. So if anything, it's more blame on the manager than anybody else in this situation.
I don't know if I agree with that though.
Uh-huh.
Because it just depends on depends on what that girl said to him.
Yeah.
She could have been like,
Or
he
her.
handed me a note at, or her.
document,
Okay,
yeah.
I thought he was saying he,
Oh,
or
my fault.
what said to the manager. So like, if the girl comes like, hey, he passed me a slip asking for $12,000, and I don't know, like whatever else was said. And he's like, all right, we'll just tell him we're getting it, and then we'll figure out how to make this situation safer. You know, I don't know.
Got you.
But after you listen to the police recording with the dispatcher, he has grounds for a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Because
disagreeing
it's clear
with
as
that.
day they didn't do their
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
So
Yeah, the girl definitely sounded like an idiot.
I'd say. And she's like, thank you. Good job, officer. And I'm like,
I promise I'm not Blue Lives Matter. Republican
no, it's not
back.
about being Blue Lives Matter. It's just that, like, you know,
I know,
a
but
lot of
you-
times we forgive the people on the end that's like, you know, that initiated it. And it's like, well, forget all that. Like, bro, this man's probably traumatized.
Yeah.
And you could have legit got this man killed. Because he, like, let's say he acts irrationally when he hears that gun because he don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Pop. Bomb.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah. All right. Well, while we on the topic of money, I guess yesterday Joe Biden had announced that he is canceling $6 billion of student loans, which is an insane amount. Of course, there's still certain stipulations in
Is $6
things.
billion an insane amount? I don't think that's an insane amount anymore.
Yeah, as far as the national debt goes, no, it's not.
But like, I mean, in terms of what, like, our spending packages and what we spend money on, $6 billion is not a lot. Well, it's a lot, but it ain't like an insane amount.
But since he's been president, there have been a couple of different times where he's canceled loans for certain peoples and certain groups or whatever. But do we think that the actual overall student loan debt will ever be canceled? Because I need that shit canceled
I do
tomorrow.
too, fam. Ain't gonna lie to you. Probably not.
And you know what's crazy? You and me both saying like we need that shit canceled. I've still been making payments here and there, not like consistently each month. But it's like, damn, I haven't even been needing to pay this whole time, and I still feel like I'm struggling. So even if that shit's canceled, like it's not gonna make a fucking dent. But I need that shit canceled, bro. Because I think they said the people right now, you have to be working in like some kind of education or something like that for like 10 years or something like that. So even that's
Loan
still
forgiveness,
like
but even some, but there's even some of that was like not promised. So there's like so many stipulations, and then they wasn't giving it to everybody. It was like a whole mini documentary that came out about it. Like I think it was John Oliver. He talked about it. How like loan forgiveness was ripping people off, and they was putting all this money to his loans, and then they'd apply for like they do the 10 years, and it's like, no, you don't qualify. Some BS.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna get canceled because I don't know. Student debt's larger than credit card debt.
that's crazy, bro.
So I mean, it's the way to keep people in.
Yeah, we
like,
get
poverty.
told our whole lives, go to school, go to college. It'll get you the best job so you could live successfully, live comfortably. It's like the fucking opposite because of student loans and whatnot.
Well, yeah, and I mean, that's why I think the younger generation, they know how predatory student loans are.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, if you're not in school for a STEM program, science, technology, engineering, math, you should not pay for a liberal arts degree. You should not pay for, like, a history degree.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I personally wouldn't, like, I would never tell my kids to go that much debt to make $40,000 a year. Like, if you're going to be in STEM or technology, cool. Like, you can take out 80,000, 80 bands because you're going to be making $250 a year, and you can pay that off in 5-6 years. But most Americans not in STEM, which is why we struggle. Like, if you look at us nationally, we rank for Western worlds, we were terrible in STEM subjects. But I think it's a scam. They should clear student debt, because then that would help alleviate some of the housing crisis.
Facts.
Because now it's more money getting pumped into the economy. More people can buy houses. People can't buy houses because they're paying off student loans.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. If what you're saying is I don't know.
I mean,
the housing market's not going to be affected. If there's more supply of of people willing to buy houses,
that's gonna make shit more.
That's
expensive.
gonna make stuff more expensive because the demand of houses or the supply of houses is gonna be lower and the demand is gonna be higher.
But in terms of that's how you, I guess, and what I want to say is that's how you sustain the middle class, because we know property and wealth building is through land.
Yeah.
Most common wealth building is through land. So I'm saying, like, if more people can buy houses, that's how you sustain at least the middle class. Now, and you keep the, what do you call it, the class, the middle,
the gap,
the wealth system gap, because it's getting larger.
Wealth gap, yeah.
Wealth gap's getting so large now, so they got to find a way to bring that down.
I don't know. This shit, it just sucks, bro. And the fucked up part about it, and I'm not one of these loaners, a loan shark, anything like that. And this isn't just student loans, but like cars, houses, all that stuff. Interest rates. Like, I get why they have interest rates, but at the same time, it's like, just don't have interest rates, because that's what's fucking up a lot of people.
But when you look at student loans, I think it's predatory because you're letting 18-year-olds sign off on $20,000, but at the same time, most of those 18-year-olds, if they came with a business plan, you wouldn't give them $20,000 to start a business.
Right.
That's facts.
So if you're not dishing out business loans like you are student loans, and again, you promised a whole generation, you pretty much said, to hell with trades. They don't make money. Yeah. Like, you need to go to school, get a degree, get a post-secondary degree, come out, get a corporate job, whatever that may be. Yeah. And then you fucking get our age, and now it's like, oh, I'm degreed up. Cool. I still make just as much as an electrician and an HVAC nigga.
Facts, bro.
And they don't have 3 times the student loans I have. Like, damn, I probably should have went to trades.
Exactly.
So,
bro.
And now we have a trade shortage.
Yeah.
So
I have a master's. Sounds cool.
Sounds
cool
good,
to
but it
say.
doesn't mean nothing. It sounds good.
But it's not cool for my bank account.
Like, it sounds cool, but I don't need this shit.
Anyways, moving on off the depressing shit. So I know we talked about what gives us the ick, but we do have a segment, as you know, Lily, called Get It Off Your Chest. Is there anything that you have to get off your chest that might be bothering you that you haven't already addressed earlier?
No, I don't think so. I'd have to think about it more.
All right, that's
fine.
Who
pissing you off? We got to run up on some young nigga?
No. No, we don't need that.
All right, we'll run up on him for you. You know, it ain't nothing.
You were telling me that you don't like texting.
Oh, yeah, in the car. I was talking about, like, getting to know new people and going through the whole texting and, like, asking the basic, like, how many siblings do you have? Like,
oh, see, that's fun for me.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I just say, like,
so wait, you don't like texting to get to know people, but you like texting, or is it when you get to know people, you rather talk on the phone?
Yeah, I'd rather talk on the phone and, like, on FaceTime. Like, I can't read the vibes off words. I don't know.
Got you.
I need tone.
They be giving me shit because I be on the phone.
I'm just really bad at texting
No.
too.
Phil, see, Phil would be like taking just a slice of what we say and turning into whatever he wants to say. You being on the phone on speaker in the middle of a group of people who are not in the conversation you're in, or it being 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. on a Saturday, and you're like, "What up, Jay? What's going on?" and people trying to sleep. That's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Because I don't really like texting either. I'd much rather talk on the phone. Like, you know, I mean, Zach complains all the time. I'll pick up and call him for something that's like 2 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. See, I only like speaking on the phone with a young lady that I may be interested. That's it. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't like talking on the phone, FaceTiming. As I get older, I'm liking texting. I just am liking being on my phone less and less because it's just becoming overwhelming.
Bro, but you'll be tweeting it on the socials.
That's just me getting stuff off my head. And Twitter, that's like my own, like Instagram, I think it's just muscle memory at this point. And especially for the pod, like I get a lot of, I mean, most of my shit I get from Twitter, but still get some stuff for the pod off of Instagram. But I'm done with Instagram, honestly.
I just feel like for me, and it's different for everyone, but being on the phone is lower impact. Like texting and just like visually looking at it also is just, I don't know. It's just more consuming to me, I feel like.
Yeah. And I need to, like, if I talk to you, I'm not misconstruing anything.
Yeah, same.
I can't take anything the wrong way because I can hear your inflections. Like, I can feel you. Like, certain times I could talk to somebody and be like, bro, you ain't straight. Like, I can hear it in your voice. I can't get that to a text. Like, what up? You good? Bro, I'm good. Smiley face. Like, nah, bro. You can't tell me that on the phone. Like we talking, you can't. Oh, bro, I'm good. No, you ain't, bro. What's really to it?
Yeah.
And I can wrongly give off the wrong vibe too, like without trying. Like I was just talking to AJ about it. Like when I first started texting, I was really dry. Like, how are you? Period. I don't know.
Oh, when she first like how old were you when you had a phone, Lily? When you first got a phone?
I had like the little slide kind where the keyboard was on the side when I was 10. And I got
Damn,
when you text her when she was texting when she was 10, you're like, it was so worse. It was so dry.
You're in 4th grade at 10?
It was like formal.
Like I was in 5th grade, I think.
5th grade. All right. When did y'all get y'all first phones?
Like 8th grade.
Yeah, I might have
it
been.
was
It's my
8th grade for
year
me too.
because I had the hologram 50 cent screen.
I think I was 7th. But I'm also a few years younger than you guys.
8th grade for me. Them T9 days, you probably didn't even have
joints?
that. Texting T9.
No, I don't
You
think
had
so.
like a full keyboard with like
Yeah,
each
she had full
individual
keyboard.
letter. Damn, spoiled.
You had the Nokia joint?
I mean, I had a Nokia at one point in time. I always had actually, I think my first 2 phones were Nokias. I never had a Razor. I was jealous of everybody that had a Razor. Yeah, I remember you had said that.
And a Sidekick.
Never had a Sidekick. Never had a BlackBerry.
I never wanted BlackBerry. I thought Blackberries was trash.
Oh no, Blackberries was
I
like
thought
the
Blackberries
wave.
was so ass, bro.
Why?
People only liked them because of BBM, but I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
I didn't like.
yeah.
I thought they were
BBM.
trash.
Yeah,
too.
I thought Blackberries and Nextels was trash. Because remember, those Nextels was popping.
No, Nextels were lit.
Yeah, they chirps. Yeah.
You just walkie-talkie. My dad used that one.
But iPhone, I mean, I love my iPhones.
You never
even though
had the
I just-
holographic screens?
You
know,
pull
like
it
those
up,
little,
pull it up. Because I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
It was like you could put like the little laminate tape on over your phone to give it like a special effect.
Nah, I don't think I know what you're talking about.
I know. And you and Julian were big on like AIM, right? Was that what was it called?
Ooh, AIM.
AIM was cool. Yeah, I wasn't that big on it.
I was super big on AIM.
I wasn't that big on that.
Julian's AIM name. You remember what it was, Lily?
Oh no.
Julian is the best 9.
Julian is the best 9.
Yeah, and he used to call himself the best, all caps. He would go around.
Bro, Julian is hilarious, bro.
Didn't you make something like AJ is the best just to get at
and
him?
I would save my name in his phone as AJ is the best.
That's hilarious.
And he's like, no, I'm the best.
So, did you ever have a period where you were on AIM, or was that kind of like before your time?
No, it was
Definitely
before. I
before
would
our time.
watch them on like their laptops or whatever.
Right, hearing the doors open and shut, you have a little crush. You hear that door open, like, oh, is that who I think it is? Well, those are the best days. And then you put your little away message. And then MySpace days. Oh my God!
You put your song up there?
Yeah, this brings me back to like freshman, sophomore year of high school. You were never on MySpace, right?
Oh, MySpace is
Lily,
popping, bro.
do you even have a Facebook or no?
No.
Yeah.
MySpace.
So her generation didn't even have Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Damn.
Facebook was popping in the beginning of college.
Yeah. Facebook was my generation.
And
It was
then-
like
But what's crazy to me is Twitter apparently is like the old people app. Like I didn't even know this. I thought
Really?
the young kids was rocking on Twitter too because
Not
at
Snapchat.
work, well, yeah,
they still on
Snapchat.
You on Snapchat, Lily?
It's dying down now.
Yeah,
Snapchat
Snapchat.
booming still?
No.
But
TikTok is.
The younger,
Oh,
like
that's true.
the college kids now, like especially the freshman, sophomore, is this Instagram, TikTok. Like those are the 2 things. But when I'm like, oh, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, they're like, oh, I don't have a Twitter. Oh, I don't use Twitter.
Twitter be
Twitter
poppin'.
is for the old people. I mean, there are some, but a lot of them are like Twitter.
Twitter was the first one you can get on a phone. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was the first like
Oh yeah.
social media app you could have on a phone.
Yeah.
Twitter be popping still because I mean I just like the access to it's instant news
Yeah.
from credible sources.
Yeah.
So it's like all right.
That's questionable. That's questionable.
That depends on what you depends on what outlet you follow, but most like I try to tend to follow credible sources.
Yeah.
So like when I do be like, oh, this is real, I double check different news
Yeah.
websites and stuff.
Yeah, you always got to check the
But I mean,
legitimacy.
if you're on Black Twitter, you get a lot of celebrity information
Yeah.
quick. Quick.
Yeah.
You be damn, phone got smoked before it even hit the news. It's already over.
Bro, in the beginning of Twitter days, I feel like I had so many celebrities following me and interacting with me. Like, I wonder if Trick Daddy still follows me. There was a point in time where Trick Daddy was following me. Lil B follows me.
Base guy.
I feel like if Lil B don't follow you, you're not really a
I'm
Twitter
not
OG
sure if
like
he follows me.
that. I feel like he follows everybody.
Yeah.
T-Pain had
I don't be on
followed me.
TikTok. TikTok be TikToking. Be popping on the top.
Yeah.
What you be watching on TikTok? 'Cause
Trick
I'm
Daddy
like one
does
of them
still
old
follow
niggas is
me.
like I'm not
Dog
getting on TikTok.
dog stuff.
Yeah, for a
Dog shows.
period, I had like only animals on my feed. It like I go through phases where like whatever I'm liking, then it comes out.
Yeah.
What's the appeal of TikTok?
I think the appeal is that it'll take the algorithm for like things that you will like. It's not just a bunch of random stuff.
You would like it, bro. Honestly, you would like it. Like, not even for making content, but you do get a lot of, especially you as someone that likes learning, documentaries,
trying new things,
news. Like, you do get a lot of
follow some
informative
vegan
stuff
people,
on
and
there.
you'll get a bunch of vegan.
I've
Like,
learned
you would
so
get,
much.
you would get a lot of recipes. You would get a lot of like conspiracy theories, black, like information. I think you would like it as long as TikTok curated your timeline correctly.
You gotta like the right videos.
But now the Save It for the Pod TikTok, which is like, I guess my TikTok because it's under my information, but now it's like all gym shit, which I brought this up, but now it's like specifically like steroid shit. And it's crazy to me how regular steroids just are. Like,
Trying to get you some,
how freely it's talked about.
I just saw a dude that, speaking of that, I just saw a guy today on Instagram, like Reels, and he's like 185 natural. Now he's like 215 enhanced. And everybody in the comments like, we appreciate you being honest about your steroid use.
Yeah, on TikTok,
like,
you
what?
get
It's probably from a TikTok, though.
Yeah, you get a lot of steroid conversation on TikTok. But
You trying to get enhanced?
No, not at all. I want to be natural.
Alright.
And I don't even really want to be swole. Like, I've already embraced just being the sexiest skinny nigga I could possibly be because I know it's never going to happen. But moving on, so we'll talk about Euphoria. I know Phil and I tried to hold it down last week, but Lily, she enjoys the show. AJ enjoys the show, and
She's
Lily
a
always
Euphoria
got
expert.
yes, she always got some
I don't know about expert.
some interesting conspiracies. So, what'd you think about the finale, AJ and Lily both?
You can kick it off.
Me?
Yeah.
This is what I thought it was gonna be. It was good, but like I said, not last episode, one before. There's so much that was untouched, and I feel like more should have been done in that final episode. In hindsight, knowing that like we're gonna have to wait a year and a half for the next one.
Yes, 2024 is way too far away.
Like,
Mhm.
no, it's more than a year and a half, right? No, it depends
about a
on
year
when
and a half,
when in 2024, but.
They spent way too much time on Elliot's song when they had all these
Yes.
plot lines.
That shit was
all these
so
plot
damn-
lines to finish.
It was a nice song, but it was like, okay.
And I think he actually like released it on DSPs, but I haven't gone back and listened
Yeah.
to it because that 7 minutes was long enough for me. But do
What does
you have
DSP stand for?
digital streaming platforms?
Oh, okay. Because
Um,
at work it means something dope. So.
oh, does it?
Well, I mean, like in digital media, it's a demand side platform.
Oh, gotcha. Do you have any interesting takes or conspiracies that you think might happen in season 3?
I don't know about conspiracies. I want to know like a lot more like what's going to happen with their whole storyline with Maddie's job and that babysitting
Yes,
gig.
Mhm.
Because
that's
they had
big.
that whole camera thing where they focused like showing that she was
Mhm.
being recorded,
Yep.
but then didn't follow up on it. Or I guess now they have to, or they should.
But it
in the
was even
next.
it was that first episode where they clearly showed the drawers not closed all the way, so she had to
Yes.
have gotten caught. All the scenes where the mom's like kind of flirting with her or whatever.
Yeah, a
and
little
the
touchy.
camera, yeah.
Yeah, all that. We still have Rue owes how much money to this
Like
Lori
10,000
lady.
or whatever.
Like that's not going away. She basically threatened to sell. No, she did threaten to sell her.
Yeah.
It's a sex slaver.
Yes, and
I must have missed that whole part because everyone keeps saying that too, and I'm like, it did seem a little sex
She pretty much said she's gonna
trafficking-ish.
sex trafficker without saying she's gonna sex
Yeah.
trafficker.
I guess I'm just naive
yeah,
and
she
missed
was
that.
like, Rue, don't fuck with me. Like, I'll get my money. I'll sell you to really sick people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not
Like,
hear her
that
say
was
that.
pretty much
Yeah.
it.
I did not hear her
And
say
then
that.
like again when Rue came to her like after evading the police for like 3 miles. Again, I don't know how she survived that. She was like, well, at least you're a woman. Like you have something that
Oh, yeah.
people will always want. Like she constantly like brings it back up.
Exactly. And honestly, I'm not satisfied with the Cassie Maddie fight. I wanted more.
Yeah. Yeah, she chased her on the stage. I'm like, you could be a little quicker.
Yeah, exactly. We got to know what's going to happen with Fez. I mean, he got shot. Did he survive? Is he going to be what is he going to be in a coma? Is he dead? What happened with Fez? Obviously Ashtray died. How is that going to if Fez is alive and well, how is that going to fuck with him mentally? And then does Rue stay clean?
No.
That's a big if. I mean, she
Fiends
says
be fiending.
Yeah, she says I'm gonna stay clean for the rest of the school year. So
she stayed clean at least for the rest of the school year.
Okay.
Said.
Yeah, gotcha. But is Euphoria your favorite show out right now?
It might have been I had a whole Sunday night ritual after the fact, shower, get a little candle ready, have it 9 o'clock, I'm in bed.
Yeah.
So definitely I'm gonna have to figure out something else to do with my Sunday nights for the next year and a half.
Well, while we on it, we on HBO Max and Sunday
Wait, hold
night.
on. Did you finish Ozark yet, Lily?
Yes.
Oh, you did. Did you finish Ozark?
I haven't even started it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You sleep.
I need to catch up on a lot of shit. I still didn't even finish Narcos, which I was super into, but like I said, life has slowly but surely slowing down. So I have time to catch up on a lot of the shows that I've been watching or wanting to watch. But you just talked about Saturday or Sunday nights, and there is a new show on HBO Max. And of course now I forget the name of it, but it is Winning Times: The Rise of the Lakers. And John C. Reilly, which AJ, I know you know who he is, and then y'all probably know who he is if you saw him. But the opposite of the counterpart of Will Ferrell in Step Brothers.
And in Talladega Nights.
Yeah, and in Talladega Nights, his brother. So he plays Dr. Buss, Jerry Buss, and you see how he kind of starts up the Lakers franchise, the successful part of the Lakers franchise, because at that time they sucked. It's right before Magic Johnson gets drafted, and I didn't realize Jerry West did not want Magic Johnson at all. And apparently they have kind of a little bit of beef to this day.
Oh, really?
Because he knows that Magic Johnson knows that Jerry West didn't want him with the first overall pick. They wanted somebody else, but now I'm blanking on his name. But it's pretty good. It's only one episode so far.
Larry Bird?
You said what?
Did they want Larry Bird?
No, they knew. And it's also weird because
they were 1 and 2, weren't they?
Yeah, they knew the Celtics were going to take Larry Bird. And I don't know if the NBA had a draft at that time because the way that they're interacting, and I was a little bit drunk when I was watching the first episode, so I may not remember it perfectly. But it almost seemed like there wasn't a draft. They were just going to, sign players or something. I don't know. It was weird. Maybe there was a draft, and I just kind of, misinterpreted it. But so far, it's good. It's shot well, and it's kind of weird because at certain parts, it's this old school looking camera that it's recorded on, and then it's kind of on a newer HD camera, but it's shot well. It takes place in Magic got drafted 79, so late 70s, early 80s. But definitely check it out. It's on HBO Max, like I said. And then talking about reputable sources, Phil, I did have it on the list of things to talk about, but I think it might be fake. So I saw earlier it was tweeted that Tyler, the Creator, is supposed to be playing Gus Fring, I think his name is. If you've watched Breaking Bad, he's the chicken guy, the Hispanic dude. And they said Tyler, the Creator, was supposed to be playing him in a spinoff. But I looked it up everywhere else, and I didn't see anything confirming it. So I think Twitter was just bullshitting me, as always. So that's why you got to do your research on Twitter.
I've never seen Breaking Bad, but
What?
No, I've never seen Breaking
Yeah, I
Bad.
haven't seen it either.
What?
Me either.
What?
That's only a you thing, G, clearly.
No, it's not. Literally, the whole world thinks it's the best show.
Obviously.
Bro,
not.
not the whole world.
No.
People
not-
think because it gets popular on socials that the whole world's
No,
watching it.
okay.
It ain't better than Game of Thrones.
No, I don't. It's up there as one of my favorite
Because
shows.
GL2 is the greatest show of
I know
all
it's a
time.
good show,
That's
but
what the
I
whole
just-
world thinks.
I can't get into it.
No, but majority of people do think that Breaking Bad is the best show, and I'm not saying y'all gonna love it, but I do think it is a good show. I think AJ, you would definitely like it. Phil, I think you'd like it. I really don't know your taste, so I can't speak on you, but it is a good show.
I'm gonna ask
and
Danny if she's seen it.
I feel like Danny probably hasn't watched it. Tatiana didn't like it, so I mean, there's that. But a lot of people will be shocked that y'all three have not watched it. But anyways, moving on. Music.
Wait, I was
What?
finna say before you cut me off.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
But I tapped into Bel-Air this week.
What'd you think?
It's cool.
So starting off, all I heard was negative things about
Nah,
it.
it's solid.
Then
I've only heard
now
good things.
all I'm hearing is positive things about it.
Did you watch it?
No, I only heard good things though. Where is it on?
It's on Peacock.
Oh.
Yo, the way they got the characters, bro, and I don't want to ruin it. No, so I'm not gonna say much. But
Is it really a spoiler though? I mean, I know it's different than Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but isn't it kind of along the same storyline? So would
no,
we really
it's
be
along the same storylines, but the characters' roles are so vastly different.
gotcha.
Like Will still Will. Hillary's like sort of Hillary, and then
Is Hillary still fine?
Fine, but yamped up. Sluggish, so crazy. But they got Carlton's characters, nothing like the original.
Really?
And this nigga Jeffrey's a bad man. Bad man team. It's wild, bro. I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah.
So it's a good show, and I would like it as a standalone. Weirdly, like not a spinoff. But I get
Okay.
like it makes sense as a spinoff, but as a standalone, I feel like it would have been better. But like it's cool. Like I was
So
surprised at how much I was like, all right, this is actually pretty.
are you
solid.
able to binge this, or is this week by week episodes?
Nah, you can binge it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
How
can
many
binge it.
episodes are there?
I started watching it like I think I might have been episode 2. I don't know. Danny was watching. I was
Yeah.
just like, let me tap in and see what it's about.
Yeah.
So I probably got to catch up on a few episodes, but it was cool.
It's so overwhelming with all these shows.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna move on to music, but do
No,
y'all
we can.
have anything you're watching right now?
No, I mean Last Kingdom, another a season of that came out, so there'll be that. I finished the first season of Love Is Blind too.
What'd you think?
It was hilarious.
Do you watch Love Is Blind or Married
I
at
s-
First
I
Sight?
told
or
her to
any of
start.
those?
I watched like the first episode and I physically like cringed. I'm like,
Stupid, right?
I couldn't keep going.
So did you watch the reunion?
Yeah, I think I'm like almost all the way done with it, or I think I might have
so
fell asleep on it.
you've seen
Yeah.
Shake throughout the reunion, bro. I just don't get how he's a real person, bro.
Wait, who's Shake?
Oh wait, no,
That's
you're,
season
you're in
2.
season 1. Sorry.
Probably. Yeah, season
my
1.
fault. My fault. All right. Well, when you get to season 2, you'll see this dude Shake, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Hey, I almost was on a reality show.
Were you?
Yeah.
When?
Bro, I told you I was a finalist for an MTV show that never got picked up.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
What
I
was it
did.
about?
We talked about this often.
Yeah.
And
That's when we were
actually-
living in Lauderhill, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah, but
somebody
I had
just brought it
moved
up
at
to me
that point.
recently.
Yeah, but we've talked about it.
Yeah, somebody
You
had
would
just
have
brought it up
auditions
recently.
stuff.
Yeah, I was like, actually, I
Oh
was.
wait, no, you're right. I now I kind of remember. I didn't know you were a finalist though.
Yeah, we were finalists.
Yeah.
It just never
You
got.
and Marcus, right?
Yeah, we were actually like would have been on the show, but it never got picked up by a production.
What was the show called, and what was the
Hostel.
premise?
It was called Hostel, and it was like what do you call those, like real worlds, I guess.
Okay.
It was like me and Marcus would be working at a hostel with some other friends, and then they give us stupid things to do, and reality show stuff. It was gonna either be in Miami or like California,
Yeah.
and it never got picked. Like it got sent to MTV, but then they put it on the back burner. But then they was about to pick it up, and then it had got transferred to another network. Then MTV picked it up back again, and then they just never finalized out. But we were like, it was like a 1.5-year process.
Damn, my dog could have been on a reality. So one of Tatiana's best friends, Andrico, like he's been trying as well to get on like a real world type show. I think that'd be lit.
I didn't try though. Marcus tried.
Oh, okay.
Marcus tried, and when he sent them the audition tape, he sent them video of me and him in the audition. They were like, "Hey, we like him.
Yeah.
You want to ask him if he wants to do it?" And then Marcus was like, "Yo, you want to be on a reality show?" And I was like, "What?" And
Yeah.
it came out of nowhere. I'm like, "I'm auditioning for a reality show," and I was like, "I'm not surprised." And he's
Yeah.
like, "They liked you and they want to, interview you to be on it." And I was like, "All right," didn't think too much of it. Did the interview, and they were like, "Oh, we really like you guys." And then they called me back for like a second and third time.
Yeah. See, and I would like to think I'd be good on it, but I know I'd be the worst, most boring character. My introverted homebody ass. Like everybody'd be going out, and I'd just be like, "All right, y'all have a good night. I'm
the
going to
Kings
bed."
lost.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be the worst reality TV show.
So like going through that
person.
process was cool, but then you realize how long it takes.
Yeah.
It takes like a while. Like they're like, "Oh, we'll we'll get back to you in like a couple weeks, bro. A couple weeks is like 3 months.
Yeah.
So like 3-4 months went by, and Marcus like, yo, did they hit you back? I'm like, nah, I know where they're like, hey, you guys still interested? You guys ready? And I'm like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
I thought y'all forgot about us.
Yeah, I was almost on a reality TV show too for soccer.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
That'd've
like they
been
came to our
fire.
team and they were trying to select like which group they wanted, and I had to like vlog my day at school and send them a bunch of videos.
So this would be more like what'd you call it, AJ, with like Last Chance U?
That football team that was on Netflix. That was really good. That's in Mississippi, the high school football team.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Well, that was on the 2 days, right? On MTV. That's what you're talking about.
Was it 2
That
days?
it used to, like, way back. I think it's the same school, but like way back. And I feel like you didn't watch that much MTV, but I want to say maybe around 2007 or so. There was a show on MTV called 2 Days, and it was about an amazing football team, and I think it was in Mississippi.
Yeah, they won all them state championships back
High
to
school,
back.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty
So
sure
y'all
it's the
done
same
like
team.
them.
But
That'd have been fire.
I know AJ's favorite. Your favorite show is Peaky Blinders, or it's up there for you.
Yeah.
Phil, I feel like I have no idea what your favorite show is.
Like currently?
Yeah, as far as
Or
like
just maybe general, maybe of all
series,
time or something.
not like sitcom, but like series.
I don't think I have one.
I think Ozark would be that for you.
I watch Ozark's up. I mean, I enjoy Ozark. Yeah. Ozark.
But yeah, you like get excited when it comes back out and stuff
Yeah.
like that kind of thing.
And then
What else
Lily.
have I been excited to watch? What other shows is out there?
There's a trillion shows out there. What you
Look,
mean?
I don't watch too many. I
Right,
really
that's
don't
why I
watch
said
too many
Ozark would
shows.
be
Yeah,
it.
like Euphoria was really good. Like I looked forward to Euphoria episodes. So it's like
But you skimmed through the first season.
I did skim through the first season.
So
Yeah.
Ozark, you watched the whole thing.
Yeah, Ozark's I watched.
Lily, what's your favorite series?
Queen of the South.
Queen. I've never even heard of that.
I guess Masters of Sex would be on there.
Masters of Sex.
When I used to go in Patty
Yeah.
Maria's and have our wine night and watch that every week. That was a good show.
Yeah. And that, for some reason, I thought that was like reality TV. That's not real. It's
I still like a drama series.
There was a
okay.
different one that was reality TV that you watched with her.
Got you. Queen of the
Yeah.
South. What's
I don't
Queen of the
remember what it
South about?
A lot happens in the first episode, but
Mexicans.
it's about this girl who gets caught up with the drug cartel, and she kind of just has to do a bunch of like badass shit to survive. And I don't want to say more than that, 'cause
Hey,
that's
shout out
kind of
to-
that's how it starts.
Then she becomes the queen of the South.
Shout out to the
And
Mexicans.
yeah, she moves up.
How old is this series? Is this like recent?
I think
Probably 4 or 5 years old, but it's still like coming out.
Yeah, it has a new season coming out this year on Netflix. It's already finished, like running its course through.
Okay, cool. I definitely have to check that out when I have time. All right, music. What y'all been listening to this week?
You know what dropped
Yeah.
today?
The Butcher coming, nigga.
The Butcher coming. 10
Oh, I thought it was gonna be another Currency album.
Nah, although he is coming to concert in Florida, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to that with Cliff on April 2nd.
Yeah,
So I did. Well,
but you
what's-
think he's gonna be able to get through all the albums he's put out in the past?
Well, no,
8
he has a
weeks?
live band, so as long as he do certain, he'll like how Currency concerts, because he has so much music, he usually does like the more popular songs that everybody knows.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I gotta get my ticket though. I've been
What's your thoughts on Benny the Butcher?
fire? I didn't listen to it for like five or six times now.
Really?
Yeah, the features are great. I think who is
Do
it?
you have a
Uncle
favorite song?
Bun right now might be my favorite song with Stove God Cooks. Let me see. So Johnny P's Caddy, like that's still a really good song on there. 10 More Commandments, fire. Uncle Bun is with 38 Special, fire.
See, 10 More Commandments was so.
And Billy Joe.
The entire album, and I think this is my problem with them, and when I say them,
Griselda.
a lot of the times, if you take out the lyrics, this would be a perfect album to listen to fall asleep to. Like the beats, I need a good mixture of good beats and good lyrics.
Their beats are good though.
They're not bad, but
Their beats are good, bro. It's produced by like Alchemist beats are. And again,
Bro,
it's
go
the
back
type
and
of beat.
go back and listen to all the beats on this album, and tell me that it's not a perfect album to fall asleep to, bro.
The Alchemist beats don't do that. Alchemist beats make me want to go ride people, bro.
Thowie's Revenge, I think, was my favorite song.
Thowie's Revenge is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Uncle Bun and 10 More Commandments, bro. That might be the best song on the album, just because of what he's saying. And it's like, bro, y'all young niggas can use the advice.
Don't get me wrong, Benny is spitting. He's spitting his ass off. But 10 More Commandments might have been the worst beat on the whole album, in my opinion.
But the song in general, like,
it's a dope song.
Great.
Don't get me wrong.
Off of what Big had done.
Yeah.
Like, and what Diddy saying at the end, like this might be up there for album of the year, depending on what else drops this year. But and all the features did well. Like it didn't disappoint, which is like it stayed on brand for Tana Talk.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to Tana Talk 3, 2 and 1, like it stayed on brand, and that's what I be needing from I know what I'm getting from Griselda.
Yeah.
And it's like watch it. Somebody made a reference. I was watching a YouTuber a reaction. It was like, Griselda's like watching your favorite basketball player. Like they might have the same moves, but they do it so well, and you know what you're getting every time you watch them. And I'm like, it's like Pusha T effect. He can rap about coke 1,000 times, and it's gonna be fire every single time because of the way he raps about it.
Facts.
So that's how I feel about Griselda.
Lily, what have you been listening to, or what do you listen to on the regular?
I haven't been listening to any new music. Usually listen to like Brent Faiyaz or just Giveon. That's how you say it, right?
Yes.
Giveon.
He has the best album in the last 2 years, in my opinion.
Yeah, so just chill vibes.
You don't like trap shit? I feel like you low key be in the whip just round to some trap shit by yourself.
It
Just
depends
wildin'.
on my mood, but I've just been like chilling lately.
Like you be in the whip to some Gunna. I'm pushing P. I'm pushing P.
What was your go-to like hype song when you was playing soccer?
Let me think.
Probably
like before a game.
Yeah. The one that gets you in your zone, like you zone out, you ain't trying to talk to nobody.
Probably Dreams and Nightmares.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, that was always.
I mean,
always
that's a classic. It's hard not to get hyped.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought Lil was finished?
Always.
But as far as other new music goes, today was.
Wait, hold on. She didn't give the whole truth. What's the thing that got you the most hype before games, Lily?
What? Now I'm confused.
What did I send you before your state championship?
What was it?
I don't know why, but like I had this whole fascination with the movie Secretariat. Like I don't know what it was, but it moved me. So like I would watch like that final race scene where like he breaks all the records and like wins by like I feel like it was like 41 hands. And so like before my state championship game, I had 5 different family members send me like the clip from YouTube to watch the final race.
Was this planned, or y'all just all were like, "Oh, Lily's gonna be hype if she sees this," and it was just coincidence?
Yeah, I don't know. I knew I was gonna do it.
Yeah,
because that part moves her to tears.
I will cry every time I watch Secretariat. I don't know what it is.
You know what I think it is though? Like watching animals compete. Like, cause when AJ came over for my kickboxing tournament, I watched Lions Hunt. And it's just so relaxing. Cause he's like, need something to get you hyped, but you don't want to be too hyped because you got to be calm before you go into those big moments.
Yeah, and they're just built different. Like
Did it work? Didn't it work?
Yes.
State champion
Especially because
over
it's like nobody thought he was gonna freaking do it, and he did that shit.
Yeah.
That really hit me.
Yes, sir.
So
if y'all need to get hyped,
and then mom was screaming Secretariat.
Oh my god.
The whole time.
She screamed. There's this one part in the movie where like the horse's owner is like, "Run, let him run, Ronnie." And so during my state championship
you look like
game,
you're about to cry right now.
She was screaming, "Let him run, Ronnie." On the bleachers in front of everybody.
Yeah. There was like, who is Ronnie? This is a girls' state championship
in the game. Our team, their team was
and
named
Liliana,
Ronnie.
she hawked someone down and tackled him.
Oh my god.
And
that girl literally
y'all
went home
ended
on
up
an
winning
ambulance.
this, right?
What'd you say?
Y'all ended up winning this, right?
Yeah, we won.
But yeah, Lily put someone in the hospital.
No, I slide talked with her and then she hit the fence.
hey, that's lit. That's what I'm talking about.
But I did not get a card.
That's bully ball right there. Bully ball. You know what I'm saying? What's bully ball called in soccer?
It's still bully ball.
It's still bully ball?
Yeah.
Bet.
But still, while we on new music, Today, Lucky Daye, he dropped an album. It's pretty good. I think AJ, you might like it because I know you're a big Frank Ocean fan, and it's a little Frankish on this album. It's a little long. I don't know how many songs it is, but just listening to it, I felt like it was long. And also Shenseea, she dropped an album, and prior to her blowing up, she was one of my favorite dancehall women artists. But this album is very poppy, and I'm not sure how I feel about it being so poppy.
What song she got? Because I know that name. What's her big song?
Well, she just dropped one with Meg.
No, the one like the one that put her on, like the big one that be on the radio.
I don't know. There's a couple, and now you put me on the spot, and I can't think.
You a mark,
But nah, Shenseea, I need more dance hall, less pop. But moving on, last but not least, sports. I don't know how much NFL you watch, Lily, but this was a big NFL week as far as offseason goes and transactions being made. So we'll start off with Deshaun, who we started the episode with before we were recording. Today, he just got, I guess we'll say, acquitted of all criminal charges. So the only thing left pending is the...
I don't think it's acquitted because they never filed. Like, they tried to file charges, they got dropped.
Well, I'm not a
like, I don't even think they ever picked him up.
Okay, got you. So now he just has the, what's the word I'm looking for? Not the criminal,
civil cases.
Yeah, the civil cases.
Suits.
Yeah, so hopefully Deshaun can make his way back into the NFL.
Oh, he coming back.
Yeah. I know AJ, that's all he always talks about. So whether it's for the Finns or the Commanders. We didn't even bring that up on a pod, them changing their name. They've officially changed their name. You said it's weak?
Yeah, I kind of like it.
And the Washington football team sounds better, low key.
Nah,
it does.
Nah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
100%.
Like, it definitely sounds better than the Washington Commanders.
It's only because we're not used to it yet. But
Nah,
even when we get used to it,
football
it's
team
trash.
sounds classic and sounds like
Facts.
it just sounds basic, bro.
right, but it
Better than
sounds
the Commanders.
classic. It sounds like it makes you feel. What's the
And it fit their logo better too. Like that W, just
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but I still think, didn't they keep the W? I think it's still the
they
same
might
W.
have. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
It's just like
Commanders
the
is weak.
Commanders
and now it
now.
just sounds more trash. The Commanders versus the Eagles.
Red Tails would have been cool.
Yeah, Red Tails would.
Or Red
I
Wolves,
think,
but it was like copyright issues with
Yeah.
Timberwolves.
But some of the moves that have been made this past week, biggest one probably being Russell Wilson getting moved to the Broncos. Broncos gave up everything.
They low
to
key
get
might be the best team in the conference, and I had to sit and think about this for a while.
Bruh.
Who?
Denver might low key be the best team in the conference.
In the
'Cause they-
AFC?
in their conference,
No,
because I'm gonna tell you.
still the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, it's
In their
definitely
conference,
Chiefs.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell us why.
Because I was sitting and I was thinking about this for a long.
Wait, what was when we did predictions in playoffs? What did you go?
for who?
No, I think you were like 2-6 the whole time.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding.
It wasn't that good.
I was just messing with you.
I was like, it wasn't that good this year, but because I was sitting and thinking about it, and then I was like, listen to a lot of analysts, like say if it was good, if it's bad, or where he ranks in the division. And Denver had a top 10 defense. They have weapons. They have a decent line. They have a run game, and they lost like 4 games by one possession last year, and they won a lot of games last year.
Yeah,
I think they might be with Russell Wilson's accuracy. They might be the best team next year in that division. I wouldn't be surprised if they get first in the division next year because I think the Chiefs are falling off in terms of their defense. Like their defense is getting older.
Yeah. Well,
like and people are starting to figure them out. Like you don't stay that dominant for that long.
I don't
We'll see
know.
what happens in the offseason,
I'm
but-
still not going to bet against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, bro.
Not only that, the offense is still stacked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chiefs, their defense started off terribly last season. They ended up finishing pretty strong.
And that's how it went the year before when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Chargers,
they might be the best team right now.
see,
They just got Khalil Mack.
Disagree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And they've always had pretty decent pass rushers.
If they can keep-
pass rushers.
If you keep boasting Khalil Mack, they
And if
stay
they can
healthy.
keep both the receivers.
Yeah.
Mike Williams and what's that boy?
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, yeah, I wanted Mike Williams.
I don't know why, bro.
We need a number
your
2,
Allen
bro.
Robinson take, bro. When I went back and listened to them, I'm like,
Yeah,
what is
Allen
this nigga
Robinson,
talking about?
and he played for the Jaguars before.
Allen Robinson over who?
I think you were saying that you wanted him over
Amari Cooper.
Godwin or
I do.
Cooper.
Allen Robinson can ball. He just ain't got no quarterbacks throwing to him
He
in
can,
Chicago.
but Amari Cooper is still the better player.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Maybe it's because he played for Dallas. I don't know.
That's 100% what it is.
I don't know. But give me Allen Robinson.
But you used to love Amari Cooper because he was from
the Bama.
Bama, and then all of a sudden
he
you don't
played for
like him.
Dallas.
Then he becomes worse than Allen Robinson.
Then
No,
he plays for Dallas. Well, Allen Robinson be hooping though.
Yeah, but he's never had a quarterback. That's true.
So,
but it will be interesting to see what Russell Wilson is able to do with the Broncos. I agree they do have a lot of good weapons.
And my heart hurt that Calvin Ridley was betting because we put it in a bid for him.
Oh yeah,
that one hurt.
We need to talk about that.
That
we'll
one
talk
hurt.
about that at the end.
Lily, you know all about this football stuff, right?
No. I know that one guy was betting when he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, let's just talk about.
Well,
it
you
now
had a
then.
bunch of classmates and schoolmates that are in the league now.
G shit?
Yeah, first you went to American Heritage.
Yeah, American Heritage.
Like you were there for 1 year of Sony Michelle, right?
No.
No.
But like they come back to work out, so I've worked out with them like in the gym and stuff.
Who have you worked out with?
Oh,
Like
she
Brian
has a
Burns,
huge list.
Sony Michelle, Isaiah McKenzie.
I always get Heritage
Frank Gore.
and Aquinas mixed up. Did Tyson Campbell and
Yeah.
he went to Heritage?
And Pat Surtain.
Yeah, Pat Surtain. Yeah.
I got
Khalil
hoopers for
Herbert.
real.
Anthony
Bears,
Schwartz.
Anthony Schwartz.
Who
Yeah,
else?
y'all got some hoopers over there.
I feel like I got more running backs, so we're forgetting.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
what's his name? Oh, but she wasn't there. Never mind.
Yeah, so Ridley, we brought it up. He is a wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, a pretty good wide receiver at that. Last season, he took some time. I can't remember if he got injured first or if he was fine.
He was injured, and then he took
Okay,
a
so
mental.
then he took the rest of the year off to focus on mental health.
For mental health.
And then just this past week, it got announced that he was betting on games that had nothing to do with the Falcons, allegedly.
He bet on one Falcon game,
Oh,
but
okay.
he didn't have any contact with the team. So
Gotcha.
like they did the initial investigation and just like he just made a bet, like his
Yeah.
own bet on the Falcons to win.
Yeah.
And they were trash last year, but it was like they checked his records and like it wasn't no insider trading or anything
Yeah.
like that. And then he was betting on other games.
Yeah, so he says he only bet a total of like $1,500, which I mean to a normal person that could seem like a lot, but to a person with that much money, that's nothing. But as a result, it looks like he will be suspended all of next season.
He's
so,
suspended indefinitely for at least a year.
Yeah, so
That's crazy though, because I mean, he wasn't on the team last year, right?
Yeah,
Like
no.
he's
But it's
away
still-
from all football activities.
Yeah, but
That's like
still.
I don't know. That's like if I wasn't working at the Heat anymore, and then I wanted to go back and work again,
yeah,
and they were like, "Oh, you made a bet last year," because
But
we
they were
can't
still
bet on
paying
it.
him though.
Huh?
Atlanta still paid him for these. He still got a salary, so technically he's still a paid employee. Like he's still a football player, active football player. He's just not.
Yeah.
He's not inactive football player, but he's still an Atlanta Falcon betting on games, which
Yeah,
you know they don't even want you to think that they throw in games.
right. That's true.
It just sucks because he lost $11 million because that was his salary this year, and then he doesn't. Then he owes Atlanta another year, so he doesn't even get to go into free agency for
Yeah.
another year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because now he owes Atlanta that year.
yeah.
I was like, geez.
They were looking to trade him anyway, though.
And
Yeah.
Eagles were in discussions to get him, and all I've been asking for is to get a veteran receiver.
Yeah, he
That's
would have
it.
been I think he's
I
better
want.
than Allen
I've been happy
Robinson.
with it.
Yeah, he's better than Allen Robinson, bro.
Came from look, and Atlanta has a relationship with Devontae Smith. Probably knows Jalen Hurts. Like I'm,
But
for
he
it.
doesn't want Amari Cooper. Like he's literally Amari Cooper, like 2.0.
Yeah. Well, I think he's definitely faster than Amari.
Oh, he's faster than Amari. I thought Amari Cooper was faster. And
Nah, I mean I could be wrong, but Ridley, he got wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ridley.
Yeah.
a
I think
burner.
I thought
Cooper's
Ridley
better
was
overall.
more of a route runner, but he's still not a
no,
better
he's
route
a
runner
really
than
good route runner,
Amari.
but I'm pretty sure he's fast.
I'm looking this up.
Like all them niggas is route runners
Yeah.
though, low key.
Yeah.
Like, Alabama don't produce bad route runners.
Yeah,
So.
but we also brought up Khalil Mack. He just, I think officially today was announced that he got traded to the Chargers.
For nothing. A second and a sixth.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Wow. Is he on a contract year?
Maybe I don't know.
No, they're like the same. Amari Cooper ran a 4.42, and Ridley ran a 4.44.
Oh, okay. So I guess I was wrong.
Yeah.
But last but not least, the Commanders. Y'all got Phil's boy Carson
It's
Wentz.
not my boy no
Wentz.
more.
You loved him, though.
Carson
I did though.
Wentz.
I was all in on Winston. You gotta
Yeah.
say he helped us get the Super Bowl.
That
So I
nigga
wasn't.
is butt cheeks.
Nah,
Nah, he's not trash.
he's
Like,
not trash.
He just makes dumb decisions sometimes because he tries to be the hero.
Yeah.
He plays hero ball. But if you can get him to just be regular. Like if you can have him play like Alex Smith, he'd be nice he'd be super nice for Washington.
He won't ever. He has more raw talent than Alex Smith, like arm wise and stuff like that and whatever. As long as he can stay healthy, but mentally, I don't think he should be like Alex Smith either because he needs to take shots.
Yeah.
If he could be like,
I'm saying
Josh
like,
Allen, he could be like a Josh Allen.
I say like Alex Smith, as in like Alex Smith don't make mistakes. He stays within the game plan. Like Alex Smith
but
never
Alex
play
Smith
hero
doesn't
ball.
take chances though. That's
True.
the thing. You would still want a quarterback like Josh Allen to take chances. Josh Allen was stupid when he first got in the league too. Remember when he was pitching the ball back when he was in the playoffs in the first round against whoever it was. And he would make dumb decisions too. But then he learned and grew out of it. Carson Wentz just never grew out of it because he got hurt. I feel like he always felt like he had something to prove.
Well, it's because Nick Foles won that Super Bowl and he got MVP. And
Right, so I think that messed with him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think if he can not get in his head and not have to be the hero and just like play smart, it would be more like a Tom Brady because Tom Brady takes like if he aspired to play like Tom Brady, not that he could be Tom Brady, that'd probably be the best because Tom Brady still takes chances, but he's not stupid with it.
Yeah.
And he also got to make a short pass. That fool will overthrow screens like.
Yeah.
He can
I don't know.
launch
I hope we
anything
just
small,
we package this first, then the next year first, ship Wentz in those two first to Texans for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I'm the Texans, I'm doing that. Why not? You get 2 first-round picks and a quarterback who was 9th in QBR last year.
Yeah.
And you're trying to. He has something to prove, and the team has something to prove or build off of.
And he has 27. And he had 27 touchdowns and only 7 picks. So
Yeah.
his touchdown, he has 2-to-1 or 3 to 4-to-1 interception ratio.
Yeah.
Touchdown interception ratio. So he's not trash, and he's way better than Tyler Heineke. And they might be the second best team in the division after the Eagles. 'Cause the Eagles gonna be first next year, and Dallas is gonna drop off.
Well, we'll see.
They lose to Amari Cooper. Dallas is dropping off, Brody. Know that.
Well, I mean, they still have Gallup and they have CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose Lawrence too.
Lawrence, who's that?
What is it? Something the linebacker Lawrence.
I'm not sure, but
He's
they
like
did
an
lose
outside,
Randy
like a-
Gregory. Gregory just signed with somebody else today, I think.
Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah,
No,
they're gonna lose
he's
him
a
too.
defensive end. But
Yeah, they're gonna lose him too.
Yeah.
So just know y'all could be second in the division because Eagles coming for that. We just signed Jason Kelsey. He coming back. We just made him the highest paid center in the league, $14 million.
Where isn't he like 45?
Nah, he's really young though.
Oh, really? He is.
He's
Oh,
like
okay, that's good.
32.
No, I know he's really nice.
And he's
but
still he's like still in his prime. He just been
hurt.
he gets injured. Like he doesn't go out, but he gets beat up a lot. So like he's always bruised up.
Mm-hmm.
Like so he's never fully healthy. But he's an Iron Man, so he started every game in his career so far.
Yeah.
And he's still one of the best centers in the league. So I'm happy about that. Yeah. I'm excited, man. It's just Harry Roseman don't mess these picks up, bro. Just keep them and get 3 defense all 3 first rounds, bro. That's the move, and get a veteran wide receiver, and we be straight.
Any soccer news, Lily? Anything happening in the Premier League, in the Bundesliga, in
No.
Germany?
I've been like zoning out from soccer. Keeping
Got
it
you.
out of mind.
So
I
what you
get
into
it, I get
now?
it.
You got new hobbies? You sew? You read? What you do? You need a new hobby if you going. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, other than classes, like I'm still in physical therapy from my second surgery, and then this summer I was telling Zach and AJ I'm getting EMT certified. So,
It's
They're gonna
and
be
he
driving-
thinks it's hilarious. He
she's
said,
gonna
if
be
I ever
driving
get in
the
a car
ambulance.
accident
Oh, you gonna
and
be the
Lily
one
shows
driving?
up, well, I can show up, or I can drive it, or I could be like the person assisting with the
Got you.
emergency services.
I would want to be the
What
one
about-
driving, just whipping it
Well,
through.
then, get
What
out
do
my
you do
way.
for fun, or do you have time for fun since you're an astute college student, like straight A's and smart and stuff? Like, what do you do for fun?
For fun, I just hang out with friends. Like I don't go out like that. You know, COVID's still a thing.
That's still a thing for y'all young people. I feel like young
I mean, some
be
people
like,
don't care, but if I want to visit my grandparents or Nova,
Yeah.
like I don't want to be.
Oh,
bringing nothing
how's
around.
it for you to be an aunt now?
Crazy. Like I didn't really
19.
admit like that she was like a thing until I saw her. I'm like, oh, like now I have
Yeah.
a niece. Like I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how tiny a human can be like that, and like fragile. Like you gotta hold their neck.
And she's always been the smallest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm officially not baby gravy, as Gabe would call me.
You almost adult Lil Girl.
Almost.
Bro, it's so
just grew up
crazy.
so
I think I
fast,
brought
bro.
it up on the pod before, but to be the last one to carry my last name, like if I don't have a boy, it's done for us.
For the Bemmels?
There's no more Bemmels.
Now I got a nephew, so he's the last one for now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna probably have 3 boys anyway, so
Yeah.
I'll be straight.
My sister's
think you
got to
got 3?
hyphenate her last
Yeah.
name.
Phil's
That's
gonna
the
have
case.
all girls.
Nah, I've been speaking into existence for like since I was like young. I'm like, I'm gonna have 3 boys. My mom had 3 boys. I'm gonna have 3 boys.
Yeah.
I just know. And if I
Yeah,
don't
but
have
you
3 boys,
also-
I'm gonna have like
you
2
also
or
a
1 boy.
hoe, and that's the whole curse to have all girls.
Nah, cause JB was a hoe and he got a boy, and my older brother was a hoe and he got a girl. So I just think it goes. I don't know. I just think I'm.
He's trying to make it make sense and it doesn't. He's like, I just know I'm gonna get 3 boys.
I just
Bro,
I
it's
just know
gonna
I'm gonna
be-
get all boys. I just feel.
Bro,
it.
imagine a little Phil girl though. Oh my god.
Filipina? Filina?
A Danny Phil mix of a girl.
She'd be
Oh,
adorable.
gosh. Well, I'm
I'm
not saying
cute.
I'm not gonna say that you're. I'm not saying ugly. I'm just saying like I don't.
It's going to be
As a
terror.
person,
Yeah.
like
As a person, I'm a good person. I'm just wild.
And I know you hate that you turn this off now.
I'm
but
not
when
saying
you
you're a
have
bad
daughter,
person.
You gonna be the softest. You gonna be baby Charmin, nigga.
What you mean?
You gonna be baby poop soft.
I'm like, what? How do you define soft? Cause I'm like with people I love, especially women in my life.
Yeah.
I tend to treat very well. It's the niggas that I'm like, bro, y'all do, so y'all not getting no love,
yeah,
no
but
sympathy.
all
none of that.
these wild views and takes that you have now, I feel like a lot of that's gonna change if you have a daughter.
Actually, I would want my daughter to be like me, in terms of like questioning authority.
I don't want your daughter
I do
being like
because
you,
I was
know.
like, as a kid growing up, I was very like intuitive.
Yeah.
And I would ask my if something didn't make sense to me, I would ask my parents like, yo, that don't make sense, and my mom would just get mad and just snap and be like, well,
Yeah.
you the child. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
So I would want my kid to be like, well, no, that don't make sense. Why am I doing this? And have to explain like, oh, this is how you do this, and this is why I'm telling you to do this, and you're gonna do it this way.
Phil's daughter's gonna be the next UFC lightweight
Son, man,
Oh,
son, I'm
yeah.
having boys.
We'll see. But that's all I got. Y'all got anything else before?
Wait, time out. What's gonna happen during the gender reveal when the smoke puffs pink, Phil?
You gonna be one of those people you see that gets
Actually,
mad?
I was talking to Danny. We said we have
You'll run
kids. We
out
don't
of
know if
there.
we would do a gender reveal.
Right, because she doesn't want to see you
Yeah, she doesn't
visibly
want to get embarrassed.
visibly upset.
Well, no, I wouldn't do that. But we just don't. Like gender reveals. Just like I don't know. We not that type. Like it
Yeah.
ain't that big a deal to me. Like
Yeah.
it's cool. It's good for her. Like because I feel like people be trying to get way too creative and be wilding, and I just don't want to do a party to tell people what I'm having. I'd rather
Right.
just be like, yo,
I
I'm
feel
having
you.
a boy or a girl.
But y'all wouldn't be one of those that's like, we gonna wait until they're born to figure out their gender, are you?
Hell no, I need to
Yeah.
know because I gotta prep the names. Like ideally, I want a junior. I don't know if Danny's gonna let that
Oh,
slide.
no.
You
Yeah.
gonna do that?
I always
Little
wanted to be.
Phil.
I always wanted to be a junior growing up, and then like my dad never took care of me.
The second.
Yeah.
Like so, when I have a boy,
You want to be a
definitely
junior? Or
wanna
you gonna
be
have a
junior.
second?
No, I
Is it
want a
different?
second. I want a junior. I gotta give him his own like middle name, and have his own identity. Because the seconds is no, you be no second.
But as a junior, can't you still? I mean, of course.
First,
you can do
last,
whatever
but
you
like a
want,
second's
but,
like they got your whole name,
okay.
and it's like Phil Bickert the second. That just sounds corny.
Yeah.
Nah, I give him like a dope middle name that he can use as his first
Philip
name.
Bickert. That sounds like some royalty, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call him
Bickert.
PJ.
and I don't know if Danny will let me get away with
Phil
that.
Junior
She
PJ.
definitely not.
She definitely
bruh.
wouldn't,
She
but-
definitely not.
P.
But
We can
yeah,
call
man.
him PD then. Just name him PD.
But if some rare event I have a daughter,
It's a rare event. It is a 50-50 chance.
just know she gonna be lit, and by that time I'd probably know how to kill a man with my hands. So that's my goal.
Your goal is to kill someone?
I said that in the meeting
With
today.
his hands specifically.
I said that in the teams meeting today at work because we had a meeting. Like meet your team,
Yeah.
and then I was thinking about it after I said it. They were like, "Oh, submit a picture or something," and I was like pressed. I didn't know what to send for my picture, so I was like sent the one of me kickboxing, right? And
You
they were
trying to
like,
show your titties?
No, I wasn't. And they were like,
You should have sent your
No,
sugar daddy
angle.
pose, bro.
My manager was like, "Oh, nice. Well, how long you been doing martial arts? Why do you want to do it? Do you like UFC?" I'm like, "Actually, I watch UFC. I don't really care for it that much because I don't want to be a fighter. I'm actually just training so I can learn how to kill a man if I have to." And I was like, "I'm sorry, that was kind of really dark for me." I know she thought I was crazy. She's like, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
So I turned the mood dark after that, but it's my bad.
All right, y'all got anything else before we part ways?
I think that's it.
All right, it's been another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 61. Phil, hit the drop. Peace. Oh, and then also thank you, Lily, for being on the episode.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
Lil almost bigger.
See, we felt so at home that I completely forgot to say
sign
thank
her
you.
off.
And I stayed appropriate the whole show. I'm growing.
You did?
Shout out to Lil Girl.
Yeah.
Good job.
All
We're
right,
proud.
peace.